Hey friends, welcome to the Sweater Weather Sampler Sewalong of 2026. My name is Emily, also known as Patchwork Revival, and I'm actually standing here in front of my finished Sweater Weather Sampler quilt from last year, from 2025. So I'm pretty proud to show it off. I actually haven't shown it off too much. I don't know why, I just haven't taken photos of it. So I really wanted to hang it up and share it with you all and try to just get everyone super excited about the 2026 version of the sampler. This year's sampler is going to look slightly different. It's the same style, the same designers that you love, minus a couple. As in everything, sometimes life just gets in the way of really fun stuff. And sometimes you have to sacrifice one fun thing for another fun thing. Two of our Nine Patch designers just had to step back a little bit this year. Have no fear. The other designers stepped in, took it all in stride, and we're bringing you another fabulous, fabulous Sweater Weather Sampler Sew-Along experience. I wanted to open up this year just by giving you all a few tips and tricks to have a successful and really fun sampler. The first thing I want to point out is that we have partnered with two really awesome online resources that are going to help make this year's sampler the best it has ever been. First, I want to remind each of you that quilting, quiltink.com, is an online service or app that allows you to color mock-ups of your sampler. This is going to be super helpful to some of you who are very visual people and who want to be able to quickly change different colors and audition different colors digitally for choosing your sampler colors. You can create a free account on quiltink.com. We will link that below so that it's easy access, and it's also going to be in all of the sampler introduction materials that you receive via email and in our online community. So don't be worried, you're going to find it. If you want to save mock-ups for multiple different colors and auditions that you put together so that you can go back and reference them, as well as the different fabrics that you made that mock-up with, you need to create a free account. We love Catalina of Quilting. She is one of our grand prize sponsors this year. So we are so grateful for her and thankful for all of her work to help us put this together. She has partnered with us for the last several years with the sampler. Can't recommend Quilting enough. The second thing I want to point out, and this is a little bit of a change, but it's going to be awesome, is that this year our Sweater Weather Sew-Along is going to be hosted on an app called Circle. This is an app you can put on your phone, or you can use it on your computer. It can be a browser-based thing. But basically, think of this as a hub. You're going to have a feed with all of people's recent project finishes, their updates on their blocks. Basically, it's almost exactly like Facebook. It feels the same, minus having to wade through like AI-generated headlines, ads, clickbait, just to find what you're looking for. So this is going to be, think of it as a mini sort of online community that is just sweater weather. I'm so excited for this. We love our community so much, and we have really been working hard to make sure we have a place where everyone feels comfortable, confident, and able to show up and participate. Not everybody has social media. Not everybody wants social media. This is a great way for us to be able to have our own space to really make it exactly what we want. So we have worked really hard behind the scenes to figure out a great way so that everyone is going to be able to participate in the community. There's going to be very organized spaces within the community that you will receive an invitation to join as soon as you sign up for the sampler. So it's going to kick you over, give you an email, and make you have an account for this app called Circle. So Circle, you're looking for Circle. We like Circle. I know it sounds a little bit like, oh, one more thing, but I promise this is going to be so refreshing. One of the major things we are most excited about is that each week, every pattern is going to be hosted right there, directly able for you to download in the Circle community. So no more weekly emails wondering, why can't I click this link? Why did my email suddenly go to spam this week? We're not even worrying about that. You will get an email every week saying the pattern is available for you to download on Circle. You just have to go to Circle where you can download and access that pattern. It's gonna be great. I think we have things hashed out and really streamlined and ready for you. That's going to be part of your sign up welcome as well. Another part of the community I want to mention is that each week we're going to have a space where you can ask the designer. The designer of the week is going to be checking really frequently to pop in there and make sure if there are any questions at all that come up with a pattern that they're going to get answered. Sometimes it's going to be the designer of the week. Sometimes it's going to be another designer that just popped on to say hey and is able to answer that question. Sometimes other participants are able to quickly answer, hey, I had that problem too, and this is what I figured out. So that's an incredible resource that I want to encourage each of you to utilize and remember throughout the entire sampler. As in samplers past, I want to remind you that you will have a set of master fabric requirements. All of those master fabric requirements are going to give you more than enough fabric to get through the sampler with extra in case of miscuts. Not a ton of extra, but some, because we all need a little bit of just in case fabric. But I want to remind you all that each pattern is written to be a standalone pattern that may be available after the sampler, for example. So while one pattern might require one 3.5-inch times width of fabric cut to just get one 3.5-inch square, just be sure to remember that you are probably going to be able to find a lot of your cuts from pieces that are left over from the weeks previous. So always go check your scraps. I have my scraps right over here in a drawer. I've only gotten through a couple of my blocks at this point, but I'm keeping even these little, like down to 1.5-inch squares, I would say, feel free to keep. These little dinky-doo, like half square triangle offcuts that turn out like confetti, well, it's probably a little extreme. You probably don't need to save all of those. But if you have an offcut kind of like this, where you could cut a 1.5-inch square out of that, honestly, I would go ahead and just keep this. So I would just encourage you to think about that. Don't just go, throwing all of your scraps away. Again, the confetti, please do not save it like I do. It's just cluttering up my space. In fact, I'm going to throw this in the trash right now. Just go ahead and get yourself a little basket, a bucket. I just happen to have this little tabletop drawer unit that I'm using to keep mine separate, but just have a little pile squirreled away. Check those scraps first before you go cutting through your fabric. Of course, you're going to need fabric, and we have partnered with some fabulous shops, just as we have in years past, that will offer some quilt kits. So feel free to check those out. Not every designer is going to have their own personal colorway available as a kit. Not all of us have, fabric shops or the ability to do that. But I know that I am more than happy to share my color choices if anybody is interested in that. So just feel free to reach out in the community, let people know. That's probably one of my favorite weeks, is seeing everybody's thought process and coming up with their colors, what they're going to choose, what they're excited about. So I can't wait to see that. You are also going to be getting a set of master cutting labels. In each block, fabric D is fabric D is fabric D is fabric D. So that means that we have continuity in our nomenclature. So we can actually go ahead and just make cutting labels that you can go ahead and print out, cut out before we even start the sampler. This is a pretty fun prep thing for me. The also interesting thing is that every year we have fabric A, B, C, D, E, and F in a background, 7 fabrics. I figured out that I could use a week's pill organizer. I like to just keep them organized and ready to go. And this way they don't fly all around my table. You don't have to necessarily do that. I just absolutely recommend using the cutting labels to keep your pieces organized, to make sure you're grabbing the right piece. Sometimes pieces might only differ by a 1/4 inch or so, even in one pattern. So you might think, oh yeah, I can totally look and see that, and then end up sewing the wrong piece in place, and then you're just going to be sad. Just a little preparation makes for a wonderful experience. So I highly recommend printing out your master cutting labels, having those ready to go. It'll save you paper every week, and it'll save you like 5 to 10 minutes. I found that to be actually a pretty good time saver and a really nice way to streamline and be efficient. That's all I have to mention as we step into the Sweater Weather Sampler Sew-Along of 2026. One thing I want to say is that signups are going to be open through the entire sampler. So if you're just now seeing this video and you're like, oh man, this thing started back in September, don't worry. You can still sign up. I'm going to put the sign up link in the video description so that you have access to it. We would love for you to sign up. If you sign up, one of the best things to do is sign up with a friend. Invite a group to sign up with you. Say, hey, look, I found this really cool sew along. I would love for you to join me. Just send them this video or send them the link. It's something that might be really fun to do if you're playing catch up together with somebody else. Some people do virtual sew-alongs where they get together each week, even just via Zoom or FaceTime, to sew their blocks together. Again, our community is available to every single person who signs up, no matter when they sign up during the sampler. So go ahead and remember to hop over there. I think that's about all I have for the 2026 introduction to the Sweater Weather Sampler. I'm super excited about this. I hope you guys are too. I know all of our designers are just so excited. We can't wait to dive in this year with you guys. Happy sewing, and I'll see you on the Circle community.